I caught it. I almost didn't catch it again, but I didn't catch the beat getting dropped, so I'll have to catch it now. Vigilante Williamson here on the 50th episode of my show, the Vigilante Williamson Show. What I'm referring to is I caught the mic not being on and being on my PS4 controller mic before going the whole 5 or 10 minutes of meaningless banter that no one heard. I caught it this time. That thinking meme. How's everyone doing tonight? It is May 13th, Thursday, May 13th. And this is the 50th. Yes, the 50th episode of the Vigilante Williamson Show, which I guess I could have did earlier in the week. I premiered a new show, Casual, which is just a show that I could pop up with and just do whenever. That's why it's called Casual. And to be a little bit less, news oriented, even though I still talk about the news. But I just want to thank everyone. I want to thank, hey, Fimber, the night wing of the channel. I haven't seen you in a few days or, a little bit. Lord Thoth, our Canadian and Egyptian god, literal god, as given right to by the state of or the province of Ontario, actual North Michigan, or South Detroit, Windsor, South Detroit. Actually, I think Southfield was supposed to be South Detroit in that song, but that's neither here nor there. Darius Munchausen, speaking of Metro Detroit area, hail Darius. It always comes back to Detroit. We got the Cleveland Indians hat. I like the Indians hat. I may get a couple more Indians hats. So who else is popping up? I saw a couple. Yeah, we got my man Parrothead sent me a Stevie Wonder picture on Twitter. That was funny. Newbound Turk. Hell, Newbound Turk. Please like and share if you haven't already. You guys are pretty good with the likes, man. You guys are excellent with the likes. I really appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the support with this show, man. 50 episodes, half 100, and this is kind of gone to a weekly, at most bi-week, 2 a week show. Sometimes I'll do 3, but very rarely now. So I really appreciate it. We've done a bunch of different shows on this channel. This is not the first show on this channel. Had a good news podcast. That's why we still in this podcast with a positive news story, at least one, because that's part of the DNA of this channel. This channel still has the goal, even though it's been more focused on entertainment and more focused on silliness and some of the culture war shit. It still has the goal of de-emphasizing the race war that the media is invested in, de-emphasizing a civil war that the media and the powers that be are invested in, and de-emphasizing and de-escalating, not de-emphasizing because this is very much emphasized, but de-escalating a world war, if possible. If such a thing can be possible, why not? Why not aspire to that? But, I really want to thank everybody for all the support. We had time for Midnight's Edge yesterday on the Cultural Crime Fighters. We obviously do that show with Matt each week on Wednesday. Next week is the big week. This is the first non-Fandom Menace guest and non-Fandom Menace person I will actually have done a stream with. Chrissy Mayer will be on Matt's channel with me on next week's Cultural Crime Fighters. It's Wednesday 5. I think we're actually going to be doing it 5 Eastern, if I remember correctly. So 5 Eastern for next week's episode. 2 people have hopped in. Keely Chow. Hail Keely Chow. And Eric. Hail Eric. How's it going? My day's going solid. As I've kind of finally let slip. I'm no longer in Detroit. I know a lot of people think I'm in Detroit, but I've not been in Detroit since 2015. And I live in the Carolinas, and I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but the Southeast, and particularly the Carolinas, have ran out of gas. Now, your boy Vigilante Williamson was able to get some yesterday. Some. I got more than half a tank. So I'll be able to, and I live next to the grocery store, so I'll be okay. And as you can see, I'm not missing many meals. I personally, and I work from home, I personally will be fine. Whew, the rest of the state, I don't know. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I see a lot of people saying hi to one another. That's awesome. Love the love. Please like on the way in. Like on the way in. Share if you can. Share if sharing is caring. And Chrissy is awesome. Chrissy is awesome. Your Parrothead's name is not Parrothead. If he wants to reveal that, I'll let him do that. Hell, Wake Down. He's R. Perry Chan. Please sub to the Wake Down. And actually also sub to Fimmer. You got to sub to both of them. For Alien Invasion, oh, God, stop that. All this disrespect about my city. I'm not disrespecting Angola, Fimmer. You're good. Howdy, folks. Yeah, but the Wake Down, he did our intro or outro that I think we're going to use in addition to the intro we already have. It's really cool. It's really cool. And it's cool that everybody's showing up. The fam's all here. The gang is all here. The gang is all here. And hey, speaking of Detroit, our own Darius Munchausen has retweeted the stream. I appreciate that. It helps, man. When I've started to say share more, and you guys are so gracious, you actually do share, and people do come in, and that's cool. That's how we spread the word, so to speak. Because I'm blessed. I'm at 430 subs. That's insane to me. I'm gonna have Chrissy Mayer on my show. It's me and Fireball shows on his channel, but it's, I consider it our show or one of the shows I do. And hopefully even bigger guests than that. Not to say bigger, but other big guests. This has been an amazing ride through 50 episodes and all the other shows I've done, all the other videos I've done. 434. Thank you, Lord Thoth. So just I can't thank you guys enough. I really thank you for being here. Thank you for riding with me, making fun of me, liking, sharing, disliking, subbing, talking shit, whatever you've done, thank you. And of course, super chatting. I don't know if Ogre Squasher's here, but his insane super chats has literally funded the channel. Actually, I plan on getting a PO box this week and hopefully putting down on a new mask. So I really appreciate that. Everything you guys have done. Have plans to make y'all a special one for your next guest. You're gonna try to get done for the weekend. Oh, that would be awesome. Wait down. Thank you, man. Thank you. And Newbound Turk, hey, I don't have any followers as a real person. I have more Twitter subs as a fake person than I've ever had as a real person. I've never had Twitter, but just in social media in general, because I have about 100 subs on mine, about 100 subs on the Twitter, the shitter, whatever you want to call it. And so I don't know how. I've never even had that. Usually I'd be like 10 or 15. So I get it. Wouldn't care much if you disrespect where I live. It's a shit hole. I told you I only live here because of the cuff. Coof. Normally I stay in Europe. So go ahead and insult away. I don't want to insult. And Detroit's not that bad. So there are definitely some shitty parts, but it gets a bad rap. And besides, the rest of New York, if any of you ever been, no disrespect to New York, but come on, man. Everyone loves New York. Everyone loves LA. Are you serious? Oh, boy. All right. Got a lot to talk about on today's episode. The title, or the main event, is going to be Anita Sarkeesian. She's still around. And I can't lie. I'm starting to respect her gangster. She's like, if you ever played the original Metal Gear Solid or Twin Snakes, I think was the remake of it. Liquid Snake at the end of that game, he doesn't die. I mean, he does eventually, but it takes like 100 fake deaths. He kicks out on 2 every fucking time. And that's what Anita Sarkeesian is. She's not going down. It's amazing the past year she's had. Years well removed from Gamergate. Years well removed from taking that fast ass thought. What the hell was her name? Got the guy off himself. I legit can't think of this bitch's name. Zoe Quinn. Hoey Quinn. I didn't make the 10-minute mark, so I'm screwed. But taking that Hoey Quinn to the United Nations, and instead of talking about all the things that women face in a lot of developing nations and I remember around that same time, there was something really violent, I want to say in India, where a girl was basically torn apart and assaulted and murdered on a bus in front of plain view and nobody did anything. That's something you need to, if you want to have feminism as use the positive of validating women, that's what you do if you're on the world stage. Even though the United Nations is a joke, but that's neither here nor there. You're at the world stage. Instead, she's talking about mean people on Twitter with some thought. That's what she used their platform for. And that was years ago. We're past that. We're past Flamergate. It's over. It's dead. It's not 2014 anymore. You know what I mean? Fucking Mumford and Sons isn't cool anymore. That's the past. And she's still around fucking up the ass of us, still around to talk about Boob Armor, and still around to collect a woke tax from Fall Guys. Not only that, I want to talk about Gal Gadot. Apparently, she's been getting bullied on Twitter, which is great. Not great. I don't want people to get bullied, but she's getting bullied on Twitter. And apparently, there was something to the Justice League thing that Ray Fisher said. And I said I didn't go 180 to how I felt about Ray Fisher. A lot of people call him Cyborg. Said I won't do that anymore. But I 90 degrees. I said, you know what? He had a beef. He had legitimate beef. Maybe he didn't handle it perfectly. Depending on what you're seeing out there, a lot of people aren't handling things perfectly. Hey, we're all human. But I think he had a beef, and apparently so did Gal Gadot. And we have one other story that we're going to start off with. Let's get into it. So I don't really cover sports that much, but Tim Tebow's coming back, and I'm going to have maybe a hot take for this side of there's Ogre Squasher. And of course, he comes with an insane super chat. Holy smokes! Okay, I'll get into the Tebow thing. Only shit thing about Detroit. Okay, I'm at a loss for words. Ogre Squasher. There are no words that I can use to thank you. I'm going to check, and I do this because I use two different browsers to check each thing. So I don't want to dox myself. Okay, I got two super chats. Vigilante Williamson gave me $2, and I don't want to think just because his is $2, and Ogre Squasher took $101.21, which is an insane super chat. And I almost want to get choked up because I'm like, holy crap! The fact that you believe in me to the extent that you do, Ogre Squasher, is like huge. There are like a lot of times where I'm like, I want to take the show off, and I'm not even talking about like money, right? Because you don't have to tip, and you don't tip every time. You don't have to. You don't have to. You want to say, you know what, man? I love you. I can't do this all the time. That's fine, and that's appreciated. But even Darius, all of you guys, man, you guys literally, like I said, fund this channel. I didn't have this thing, some of the action figures first. I don't know if I would have been able to afford. I told you I got a personal certification that'll hopefully circle back in the channel with me being able to ideally get a better job for long enough to do this full time one day. That's a dream. We'll see if that ever comes true. Not just this, other stuff with it. I don't want to depend on this platform. That's neither here nor there. You guys have kept me monetized despite being monetized. You guys talk about sharing the stream. You guys are the reason I can still do this outside of YouTube trying to suppress me. Outside of even AEW, companies, major corporations are coming after your boy Vigilante Williamson. But you guys keep this dream and this channel alive, and there are no words to express how much I appreciate it. And still, Vigilante Williamson, aka Darius Williamson, tip $2, saying VW to the rescue. You guys are rescuing me. You guys are rescuing me. Thank you, Ogre Squasher. That I believe it. I can't believe it. I just thank you. And actually, now I gotta look at some of the stuff you guys are saying in the chat before I get into the first story. Wait, now, so that's because your fake character is more honest than Hollywood's true character. Isn't that strange? Isn't that crazy? Then that a random asshole in a mask is more honest than the people in Hollywood. That's insane. More honest than the people in the news. That's insane. And I couldn't get in a broadcasting degree because of a technicality. Detroit on the whole is not bad. Yeah, I actually love Detroit. So going to Brightmoor, there's a few places. I mean, only thing shitty about Detroit is the line. Especially man, you can go and bail out now. I remember the Giants line back. And then the Lions will have their day. Or they'll have the Lions in about 5 or 10 years are going to draft a non-career talent at a position and waste his career. Just like we did with Barry Sanders, just like we did really with Calvin and Stafford. Stafford has some like has multiple 5,000 yard seasons. I mean, like, come on. A lot of it, he's not perfect, but he was not shitty. Ding, ding, ding. Hey. Dude, New York is becoming Escape from New York. Yeah, and Escape from LA. It's prophetic at this point. And we get to the insane super chat by Ogre Squasher. Thank you again, brother. It means a lot. I was asking where you are. It's the 50th episode. It's like a momentous occasion. The hell, Darius. Eric got to Zoe Quinn. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I ended up getting her name. Hoey Quinn. My first sons were hot in 2014. They were hot. They were that shit. They were that shit. And yes, I wish she would go away, but she doesn't. And I gotta respect that resilience, man. The fact that she just doesn't die. She kicks out at 2 every fucking time. And you gotta start to respect the enemy at some point, even if you think she's full of shit. Even if because she's got a mob boss energy. I would love to know who the fuck she spirit cooks with. Who does she go to eyes wide shut parties with? She's getting things done that just don't make sense. We'll get into there. We'll get into her like a lot of people have. It's Vigilante Munchausen. Vigilante Munchausen with $2. I appreciate it. Hell to wake down. Yeah. Damn straight. We can't call him Cryborg anymore after seeing the Snyder cut. It's obvious that he was treated dirty, but he's still a whiny little punk bitch. Yeah. He was obviously treated dirty. And then, Gal Gadot's corroborating. Now everybody wants to talk. Something was right in Denmark there. Hey, comics chat with I love that world title. I'm getting the title belt. I don't know which one I'm going to get. I don't know which one I'm going to get. Because I kind of want to get a classic one. But hey, check out Danny's channel, Comics Chat. He has a really good channel. A lot of times I'll bother him either on his streams or Bigger Four Entertainment streams. Another great channel. So yeah, hey, appreciate you being here. Then they say what about the Lions 10 years ago? Lions have had, Lions had a run. From what they did after they drafted Calvin Johnson for his career, they made more playoff runs in that era than they ever at any other point in my lifetime. And either they were in the playoffs or competing for the playoffs the majority of the time. Except I was the first year, which they went 0-16. But outside of that, and after they got Stafford, he was there for a few years. Then you had Sue. I mean, you had some good teams. Detroit sports won't die. They'll never die. Yeah, you've had good teams. They'll come back. Sports itself, I don't know. Baseball's got to get it together. Okay. What's good? Hell slash from Split. You're part of this journey too. You're the one on. If you want to go back into VW history, the episode where I got this is Mash trying to eats me. The episode I triple leveled up. It wasn't a Vigilante Williamson show. It was Christmas. It was Christmas into the day after Christmas. It was a 6-hour stream, and 4.5 of those hours were spent with Slash and McSplitter, who I barely knew at the time. He just hopped on, and we went 6 hours, talked about evil white foods. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. What's up, Darius? Says Slasher. Everybody say hi to one another. Yep, they wasted Barry and Megatron too. They wasted Barry and Megatron. Yeah, every 10 years. So that's what. Yeah, in another 5 or 10 years, we'll draft another guy who's non-pareil at one of the skill positions or quarterback, and we'll never win a title with him. Only good thing about Detroit is there isn't a hellmouth underneath Detroit in the Buffy universe. There is a demon statue, that Baphomet statue in Detroit. And it's all good, dude. Yeah, I remember that. That was fun. Yeah. And no, I'm not whooping Stevie. You guys are obsessed with. But I guess Stevie Wonder's a part of the damn thing of this show too, huh? Because I'll never live that down. Thank you, Fat Steven. I appreciate that. Stop whooping Stevie. I wonder. I never touched him. I love Stevie Wonder. He's a Michigan guy. He's from Saginaw. All right, we're about 20 minutes to end, and we haven't actually got to any stories. So I just talked about sports. Talked about Detroit sports. I had the Cleveland Indians hat. I always have a sports hat. Let's go to sports. And I talked a few episodes about Outkick getting sold and why I didn't think that they were I thought that was going to be a bad thing. And I'm already starting to see that. So this story is it's not about Colin Kaepernick and Tim Tebow. It's about being on the political side of it's playing the political game, which obviously that's already always part of Outkick's thing. And I'm not trying to hardcore criticize them because I may do the same thing subconsciously, right? So they've been bought by Fox News, and now not only does one of their stories gets more publication by Fox News, more publicity by Fox News, but it's a take that is steeped in the same political rhetoric that is attempting to criticize. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Tim Tebow practiced for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he said, "I wouldn't." First glimpses, I wouldn't mind if they go 15-1, as long as they lose their first game. I'm a Niners fan. Well, you got that Jimmy G. Y'all got at least got a quarterback, man. I don't know. We'll see. The mismanagement of the team got Emmitt Smith the Russian title irks me still. Part of that though, Barry Sanders, as great as he was, and some of it was the O-line. Let's not lie. He didn't play against the best. He didn't always had the best offensive lines, but he did a lot of running backwards. He lost like 1,500 yards. He would have been close to the title just in the 10 years he played, if not for that. But to be back to the story, yeah. I think they signed him. They may have signed him. And so a lot of people on Twitter made and this is the hot take. I think it's an apt comparison. Hey, Kaepernick didn't get a job. Tebow does. Now, we know Kaepernick was a work, right? We know he was about those. He got way more money from Nike than he would have gotten at the level of quarterback he was playing. We know, whatever authentic. I think it started off authentic. I think it started off from an authentic place and it got lost. Okay. But my hot take is I think it is an apt comparison. You know why? Both of them are shitty quarterbacks. And there's no way he's going to be a tight end. Some 33-year-old guy who could not throw the ball correctly. Now he's going to be a tight end. Cool. Listen, I don't care. And I'm not saying Kaepernick should be in the league, but are you telling me that Tim Tebow is better than any tight end that could have been drafted, any undrafted free agent? You're telling me at 33, and by the way, he's a work. I know a lot of people love him. Listen, I've heard about him. I actually used to date somebody in the sports media sphere. Apparently, dude, used to roll around with handlers. Yeah, he should have switched positions long ago. That's the thing. He hasn't played football. He's been doing the baseball thing and whatever else for a while. So it's like neither one of these motherfuckers are competent. Neither Tim Tebow is not going to be good. Like I would be shocked if Tim Tebow is a competent tight end at this point in his life. I would be absolutely shocked. But who knows? He may be. But this is such a I don't mind people criticizing it. I don't mind people liking it. But to dismiss the comparison between Kaepernick and Tim Tebow, where both of these have to do with perception, right? Because the NFL long has taken a lot of guys that have done some really fucked up things, right? Really fucked up things. There are people who have bodies on them who've played football. There are people who have bodies on them who've been able to play football. The Wake Down has to leave. So hopefully he can get back later. And Rex Ryan effed up his football career. Talking about Tebow. I don't think Tim Tebow was ever a good quarterback. I was actually for him as a quarterback. I thought he helped. Running quarterbacks have a tendency to help win because they make your running game better and there's less chances for a pick. So I thought they could have used him for a few years. They got Peyton Manning on HGH, allegedly, and it didn't work out. It did work out, I mean. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's definitely true. He's not a starter. He wants big money. Yeah, he wanted $20 million from the XFL. I'm not saying that Kaepernick should necessarily be in the thing. Yeah, I remember that. I need to clarify my statement because it's twofold. The reason the comparison it has aptness is because the reason Kaepernick, and he only wanted big money after the shit. Let's say Kaepernick got a job, was it 2017, the next year before it really got crazy. I don't think he would have asked for big money. It wasn't until Nike was giving him like $40 million then he wants $20 million and he wants all that shit. And he definitely did not want to be a part of the league. Like that, I don't want you to think it's not a complete equivalency. But there's something to be said about the fact that there was some collusion found. And this is regardless how you feel about Kaepernick. This is not me saying Kaepernick is right. This is me saying Tim Tebow is not any more competent at tight end than Colin Kaepernick is at quarterback. That's the statement I'm making. That's the statement I'm making. And the only reason Tim Tebow is trying out for the Jacksonville Jaguars is because his old coach just got the job. And that's the reason. Like, there's not because he can that there's the he's the I don't know how many tight ends they keep on the team, right? Like 2 or 3. So what's 3 times 32? 96. So he's not in the top 100. He is not in the top 100 most talented available people to play that position. Tim Tebow is not. That is not the case. And that's fine to make that comparison, even with, hey, you can fight back, and I agree. Yeah, that open practice session was bullshit. It was complete bullshit, right? It was pure bullshit. At that point, Kaepernick was already $60 million into Nike. The last thing he wants to do is get on that fucking football field at that point. But in 2017, 2018, when it was like a deal, when he did try, there's a fair comparison between that era and what happened with Tebow. And again, Tim Tebow's a work. And I hate to break that to you if you were a guy that liked him. There's a lot of people left. I pissed a lot of people off. But yeah, bad locker room rep. And Tim Tebow had kind of a rep, like the rep was he's just a guy. There's a lot of people who fucked with him. Like there were a lot of people who liked Tim Tebow, but there was a rep that he was getting overhyped. If you remember, there were different players who didn't like him because of the hype that he got. So they both had, obviously wasn't as bad because Kaepernick was kind of a superstar. Kaepernick took, what's his name's girl? Nitty used to, the Patrick Willis. She used to date him. So Kaepernick wasn't good. The media circus that comes with Cap keeps him out the league. Tebow brings little drama, if at any. Fair. But the truth is, neither should be in the league. That's my opinion. And the reason I kind of went with Clay Travis, and I'm not going to play the clip, is he started bringing up other, like, he brought like the points that you guys made are much more valid points than the ones he led off with. He brought up Deshaun Watson, which the reporting on that is pretty iffy, even though I think a lot of girls are lying. I shouldn't say that. Allegedly. I don't know how 20, 30 women, I don't know how this guy has time to serial grape masseuses and be a top flight quarterback. I mean, maybe he does. I just don't, and I don't know why they all decided at this one time after he makes $118 million, now's the time to come forward. That's neither here nor there. But the way the talking points were formed, there are valid criticisms of Kaepernick. The media circus, but Tim Tebow did bring a media circus at one point in time. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget Tebow, man. He in the 2000s, he bought of course he bought a media circus. He was still relevant for the Yankees. Tim Tebow bought a media circus. That hurt him. The way people felt about him, the deification of Tim Tebow definitely hurt him. If he was allowed to just be a normal quarterback, he could have been a Doug Flutie type. So the media circus thing, right now, Tebow brings little drama. At the time, never liked him. QB should have been pushed to T a long time ago. Hey, you know what? What's my man? Terrell Pryor, who switched to wide receiver. He was a pretty good quarterback in Ohio State. But they switched him to wide receiver. Notice how quiet AB has been since he signed with Tampa. Yeah, he has. But I think part of that's just being older and getting his life right. I felt for Antonio Brown a little bit because he just was in a fucked up situation, had the media all in him and fed into it. I think a lot of it is just like he's in his 30s now. You know what I mean? He's older, broker, and more seasoned, and probably is in better shape with his mental health. You guys remember Brandon Marshall, to kind of go off of the sports. He had a lot of issues early in his career, and then you get a little older, maybe get a better grip on your mental health, maybe get better resources for it. Maybe the resources improve because that's such an ever growing field. And then you get a little bit better. So it is what it is. But so yeah, he has been quiet. And I mean, I think Brady helped. I think he's really cool with him. When Dick coached the Saints, he tried to get Steve Michael to leave WCW. Coaches have their favorites, definitely. But to me, at the end of the day, neither one of them are up to par talent-wise. I don't believe, and it's sports. which also could be at work, and he could prove me wrong. Tim Tebow may be good enough to play tight end in the league. I think we would have had a better chance to know 3 to 5 years ago. And I think given the 5 years of doing nothing and having your handler take you to sports media jobs and to the Yankees and all this other shit, I think doing all that shit and wasting your time, I'm sure he kept himself in good shape and everything, but like, I highly doubt he's good enough to compete. Like I said, the top 100 to 150 people who can play this position, I think they're better than him than tight end. I think he's as good as a tight end. And I also think that there's a point, if Colin Kaepernick didn't bring the media circus 2 or 3 years ago, if you had a quarterback situation, you could have done worse than him as a backup. I don't think he was kind of a myth as a starter. He just kind of had a good couple years, had that one run with one of the better defenses with our shitty Michigan coach at the helm. Yeah, Stephen McMichael did get ALS. Best wishes for him. Yeah, I did see that. Do you think Cat would be as quiet if he signed with the team? If in 2017, 2018, I don't remember the exact year. I want to say 2016 was the year he started, and 2017 was the year he started to get blackballed. If at that time, let's say the Lions would have said, you know what, you could be our backup. Fuck it. Right then and there, 2017, I think he would have been quiet. Maybe he would have still did his nil. Let's not forget. What's my name? Marshawn Lynch. He started the kneeling. He did it a couple years before Cap, and there was no publicity to it. That's another reason you can know Kaepernick is a little bit more of a work. And we'll talk about the Nita Sarkeesian. Some of these people are plants, man. Some of these motherfuckers are plants. And I honestly think both Tebow and Kaepernick are plants. To keep it a whole buck. That's a whole nother thing to say. But one of the things, Clay Travis, so let's see this. He says, Tebow doesn't have any problems, hasn't lost sponsors. Kaepernick's problems exceed his talent. Well, Kaepernick has sponsors. And yeah, like the drama exceeds his talent, right? The drama, but like he's not a crackhead. He's a guy who talks a bunch of shit I don't like. And yeah, when Blaine Gabbert, who sucks, replaced Cap, that was the end. It's a tryout at best. I bet you he doesn't end up as a sucking straight, let alone starter. It wouldn't shock me if Urban Meyer tries to get him in games, even as a backup. But that's all I wanted to say. Hey, I don't, my whole point is they have an argument. Not now because we know what happened with Cap, but early on before, like, it was still a huge deal in 2016, obviously. But I think if Kaepernick would have got a job, Kaepernick could have got a job as a backup in 2017. A lot of backups, a lot of people can hold the clipboard, analyze the plays, basically be a secondary quarterback coach. So, yeah. So it looks like everyone left. I pissed everyone off by hating on Tim Tebow, calling him a work. Hopefully I'll bring him back by making fun of woke stuff. So Disney is planning to gender and race swap the Lost Boys in a Peter Pan and Wendy, of course, Peter Pan and Wendy movie. Even though, let's not to break everyone's heart, I guess Peter Pan is like a reference to Pan. We talked about Baphomet. And actually, no, I didn't even get to that message. Darius said that he looked it up. Looks like the Baphomet statue that was unveiled in Detroit is currently at a private location in Salem, Massachusetts. That's the same Salem as the Salem witch trials, right? Because that'd be crazy if it was. I'm 90% sure. This is also probably true. Kaepernick might be a better tight end than Tebow, but he's adamant about being a quarterback. Honestly, yeah. He was pretty fast. Honestly, he was a pretty good athlete. Jaguars could have drafted Mac Jones. Could have. Honestly, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be like Matt Leinart. And I know Leinart wasn't a number one pick. Something about when you stay an extra year, I think you get a little too big for your britches. Kaepernick was never worth the problem. He's great, I agree. And yes. And yeah, Glizzer, who would ever thought Disney has race swapped somebody and one of their prime characters? Can you believe it? They've race and gender swapped people. Oh, Next, you're going to tell me the president is old and senile. Disney to gender and race swap the Lost Boys in upcoming Peter Pan and Wendy. It's probably going to be Wendy and Peter Pan. And it's going to be all these men can't grow up and all this other shit. Casting updates on IMDb appear to show that Walt Disney Company will gender and race swap a number of the Lost Boys. So now that they're lost people, the lost them, the lost theys. Because I'm sure, why not transgender? Then no one said they had to all be cisgender, you bigot. A number of the Lost Boys, the lost people in the live upcoming action Wendy and Peter Pan film. I'm just going to give it the actual title they want, which is adapted for J.M. Barr, who's a creepy motherfucker. You ever read up his story? And yeah, he's a creepy motherfucker. So like I said, Peter Pan has some creepy shit into it. I'm not trying to go there. But this is brought to our attention as by YouTuber Lorena Creole, who I was just on her show. I'll be, I think the 27th is when it premieres. I think the after school special or the lunch special. I'm on one of them in a couple weeks. So check that out. But she wrote on Twitter, I seriously just read on Diz Twitter about Disney looking for a POC or PLC to play Hercules and young girls to replace the Lost Boys and Peter Pan, both live action films. And this is the tweet, and she asks, Woke Disney is poop. I told you we won't stop. According to IMDb, the twins will be played by Skylar and Kelsey Yates. That's these twins from the cartoon. Also appears that Cubby will revert to his original name from Bear's story, which is Curly, but the character will be played by actress Florence Bensberg. So there you go. There's your gender swap. Along with these gender swaps, there will be a number of race swaps. The aforementioned twins have been race swaps, so they're now black women. That's dope. Or I'm assuming black or mixed or whatever. They just it's the like two of these. Toodles will also be race swapped. He'll be played by Kelly and Eddie. The other Lost Boys casting include Sebastian Billingsley, Rodriguez as Nibs and Noah, Matthews, Matowski as Slidey. If these rumored gender swaps are true, they specifically go against Barr's original Peter Pan's story. When Wendy asks Peter Pan about the Lost Boys, he tells us there are children who fall out of their prams when the nurse is looking the other way. They're not claiming the 7 days. They're sent to Never Neverland. I am the captain. And the conversation will continue telling Wendy, yes, but we are rather lonely. You see, we have no female companionship. When Wendy asks, none of the other children are girls, Peter responds, oh, no, girls, you know. I said, oh, no, girls, you know, are much too clever to fall out of their pram. So he actually compliments women. This is actually a woke statement. He said, no, you guys are too smart to make it here. So actually kind of nice women, huh? Let me see. Oh, yeah, they're also race swapping Tinkerbell. I forgot they were doing that. Yeah, they are. Okay, you get the point. Oh, Jim Gaffigan is Smee, so there's some white people there. Look, some white people are allowed on set. The Disney describes the film in the press release. Peter Pan and Wendy, a.k.a. Wendy and Peter Pan, is the timeless tale of a young girl defying her parents' wishes to attend a boarding school, travels with her two younger brothers to the magical Never Neverland. So it's about Wendy, obviously, which I guess the original story kind of is. There she meets a boy who refuses to grow up, a tiny fairy. That's bigoted. An evil pirate captain. That's also bigoted. What the hell? I thought you guys were LGBTQ sensitive. That's being assault to these people like that. And they soon find themselves in a thrilling and dangerous adventure far, far away from their family and the comforts of their own home. The film began principal photography with David Lory, Jim Whitaker. Oh, bless me. So, I will ask the next question. What do you guys think about this race and gender swap? Obviously, it's not shocking, right? This is what Disney does. This is their gimmick, so to speak. Got a race swap, got a gender swap. Uh-oh. My man Fiver is bouncing. No! What will we do without you, Fiver? I appreciate you being here, brother. Got to work in the morning. Feel free to check back the repeat. Thank you to anyone who is checking the repeat. I know people do. I see my views go up days after. So thank you for watching this repeat. If that's you, please like and share as well. You know, while we're here, Went and check the D Live. Our followers are going up, and there's 2 people viewing of D Live. Make yourself known. You are now being seen. D Livers, love you guys. Checking to make sure no one snuck a super chat by me. Then I'll see what happened in a regular chat, and we will talk about what you guys were talking about. I'll just take a mini mask break because the mask, this current edition, I can't wait to get a new one, is pretty tight, especially with my fat ass face. And this is what we saw before. Yep. Shocked, says Glenzer. Disney gender and race swapping. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. I need that as a drop. Yep, same location as the witch trial statue was commissioned by the Satanic Temple. They have chapters all over. And I mentioned there's a lot of places I can go there. Yeah, they were already. I remember in at least in Hook, it was a diverse group of kids. But you gotta understand, men are under attack. Don't you know black men are the white men of black people? So men are under attack. So just being a diverse group of men doesn't mean anything because men are holding everything down. It's a damn patriarchy. So mostly about the Lost Boys are going to be Lost Boys and Girls. Yep, Lost Boys and Girls. No, that's impossible. I said that's impossible. Lord Thoth says no. And yeah, the Lost Binaries, says Glenzer. That's what it looks like. Even though there's an explanation of why the Lost Boys are all boys in the original story. Yep, we got to that later on. And yeah, the Lost Boys were based off an older story. All this stuff is one thing about Peter Pan. That's all public domain. That's based on what did Jan borrow right there in the 1800s, like 1800s, early 1900s. Mike beats dicks. Hell, and he's just looking up like what? Disney will make a live action Princess and Frog without race swapping. Maybe they will. Maybe they will. By the way, the Princess and the Frog was their first black princess in the 2000s. You want to talk about an institutionally racist company? Well, Disney, why did it take you 50, 60, what was it? Almost 100 years to put a black princess there? And you guys came up with the Proud Family. What the hell? And everyone's saying good night to the man, Fimmer the Ice Wolf. Appreciate it. Please like and share if you haven't already. Check D Live real quick. Doesn't look like anyone's showed up. But I appreciate the viewers. There's people viewing. Hey, share the D Live stream. Because if D Live and all these other platforms, eventually I'm gonna be on Odyssey at some point in the future. If all these alternative platforms are to thrive, we need people to not just share the content creators who are on those platforms, but the platforms themselves. So feel free, if you're on the D Live chat, to share this D Live chat because it's very important, not just for me, but for D Live as a platform. Because it's one of the platforms that I think has a chance to win this alternative platform war, and it could really happen if people share. Which I know, not everyone's going to even follow, but it's just we got to get in the habit of doing that, myself included, especially. And yes, Drew JD2, which I appreciate you being here, Drew. Walt Disney did not like the. You know what? Walt Disney didn't like the same people that Funny Mustache guy didn't like. How about that? I would say this: the Broadway. Yeah, that's very true. The Broadway production of Peter Pan had Sandy Duncan as Peter years ago, and this is the I'll make it an Angel's Advocate argument. I talk about the Wiz, especially with stuff like this, older properties that are so old that you can do an interpretive thing. Hook was a modern version of Peter Pan. That's not the original story of Peter Pan. He doesn't grow up, but they changed it. They changed the character. They made something into it. The Wiz is a retelling of The Wizard of Oz with an all-black cast and a different set of songs. And it's incredible. Yes, you do have Michael Jackson right before his prime took off, and Diana Ross in mid-prime. So yes, you do have two incredible performers at near their very best, if not their best. And you have, but it's a fun movie. It's still a very good movie, even though it's a race swap. It wasn't, but the thing about stuff like that, and Sandy Duncan, I grew up with her as Peter Pan. Those things, like, she was a good actress. And in the case of The Wiz, it was done to make something good. If you make this a good property, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As it was said earlier, it's such a shocking thing. Disney does this shit all the time. What they don't do all the time is make good material. That's all we want. If this goes on and these actors and actresses make a good show, then, or a good movie in this case, then we'll be happy. Otherwise, it's just more BS. And Eric, I always mess up the rest of your name. I believe so. You know what? I'm usually the last to know. I don't even always get a link because he forgets that I'm not in the chat. Like he has different group chats and I'm not in the one, so I have to ask for one. So yeah, I don't know. I believe so though. I'm 90% sure. 90% sure there will be a Thursday night thrown out. And if there is, I'm going to try to make it. Which I should actually get through some of these stories. So let's go to the next one. Let me put the mask back on. All right. So Gal Gadot, we talked about Cryborg, as you guys call. I'm not going to cry on that, even though I just did. I didn't mean to. We talk about Ray Fisher. We've talked about him. I've talked about how I've kind of not quite 180, but I understand he was wrong. He was wrong. He wasn't the only one. Gal Gadot reveals more about Joss Whedon threatening her career while filming Justice League. Wonder Woman actress Gal Gadot opened up again about her problems with Joss Whedon amid filming the Justice League reshoots. Let's keep moving. She revealed to an Israeli news source in 12 the speculation about the incidents that happened on set is true. She stated, "What I had with Joss was basically kind of threatened my career and said if I did something, he would make my career miserable, and I handled it on the spot." These alleged threats by Whedon against Gadot first came to light during Ray Fisher's spat of accusations of misconduct shared over social media. Gadot didn't comment until a few months ago when she confirmed her interview for the first time. Whedon threatened her, and it was handled then and there. I do remember those interviews. She commented, simply her experience wasn't a great one. Eyewitnesses who spoke with Warner Media investigators has stated he tried in vain to get her to say lines she didn't like, and when she refused his pushback, going as far as making light of Wonder Woman 1984 director Patty Jenkins. She's also the Wonder Woman director. I would at least go with the good movie bounty. I get it, but come on. Be a little kinder. Yeah, right, Vigilante. It becomes clear later the disgraced Avengers director legitimately thought he can embarrass the star by rewriting the script to make Wonder Woman look stupid. A completely ridiculous assumption that's very ego-driven and childish. Holy shit. This guy's a piece of shit. Like, trust me, what a piece of shit. Fuck me. Like, that make you want to punch a guy. And remember that scene. I don't know if they're going to get into this in the article, but there's a scene with the Flash laying on top of her that she just said nope and had a body double do instead. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Gadot and Jenkins fought to keep Wonder Woman consistent with her solo movie that came out the summer before Justice League release. I wish they would have did that in the sequel to that solo movie. Once they met with Kevin Teixeira, sorry for mispronouncing your name, brother, former CEO, Warner Brothers handled it in a very timely manner. The statement from Gadot to, and I'm saying Gadot and Gadot, so I apologize, but to the Hollywood Reporter. As a consequence of these actions, ongoing scandal, Whedon is out as a showrunner for his latest projects, The Nevers, as in it's never going to happen, with streams on HBO Max, while other actresses he worked with came forward, including Charisma Carpenter, Amber Benson, and Michelle Trachtenberg, to complain about the toxic work environments. He denied all claims of wrongdoing, and so, yeah, doing a third Wonder Woman movie. So, and that's not it. That's not it for Gadot. She's got more shit. Apparently, she tried to do the, we're starting to see a lot of celebrities go through this, like, oh shit, we fucked up, or just want hostility to end. So apparently, she's talking about the specific hostilities of Israeli. Oh boy. So I didn't read the story. This is what happened. So that's what got her into shit. Well, she is Israeli. So, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't step into this thing. One can of worms at a time. Let's go back to this. That's why I get. This is why you should do better prep than Vigilante Williamson does for shows. I should do prep actually. Just this one, I didn't really know what to talk about. As far as Wonder Woman 84, or as far as Joss Whedon, as Keely Child says, Buffy fan, but fuck Joss Whedon. Yeah, like it sucks that he went through all that trouble and was rewriting shit and doing all this crazy shit. What also sucks is how many people in Hollywood do shit like this all the time. How many? Like the reason he thought he could get away with it is because he probably could have at other points in his career. He probably did at other points in his career. The only reason he didn't is because this is the time's up environment, and anything like this. That's why this, this is a bigger story than what happened to my man Cyborg, because they're a white man, a black man, so we don't matter. But Gal Gadot, who apparently not that protected, because as soon as she made a political statement, apparently she's getting attacked. I am so, as much as I talk about political stuff, actual hardcore, like international stuff, I don't know, man. I'm not an expert, so I'm a little outside my wheelhouse. Hopefully you guys can guide me. Twitter slacktivists are attacking Wonder Woman actor and Israeli citizen Gal Gadot after she publicly prayed for hostilities to end between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip and the Israeli city of Lod. Hostilities flared up when Hamas and Palestinian militants launched a dozen rockets aimed at southern Israel. The Israel Defense Forces official Twitter account shared footage of Israelis' Iron Dome aerial defense system intercepting a lot of rockets. So, in response to these rocket attacks, the IDF announced on Twitter, in response to hundreds of rockets in the last 24 hours, the IDF has struck a significant number of terror attacks, terror operators across the Gaza Strip, making our largest strike since 2014. Oh boy, that's pretty fun. No, I don't. No one wants, at least in my opinion, I don't think anyone wants to see war in general. Or even though this is obviously a long standing issue. Fox News reports high-ranking Hamas military leader Bassam Issa was killed in an airstrike. Not only have Hamas, Palestinian militants, and Israeli forces engaged in airstrikes and rocket attacks, but rioting has broken out in the cities of Lod and Acre. And I'm sorry for mispronouncing that. Prime Minister Benjamin, that I always screw up his name, declared Israel will use an iron fist if needed to put down riots and protests. You can't say that shit here. In response to this violence, Gal Gadot prayed for hostilities to end. She wrote, "My heart's break. My country's at war. A word for my family and friends. A word for my people. This is a vicious cycle that's been going on far too long. Israel deserves to live as a free and safe nation. Our neighbors deserve the same." She continued, "I pray for the victims and their families. I pray for this unimaginable hostility to end. I pray for our leaders to find solutions so we can live side by side for peace. Pray for better." So, man, I'm out of my wheelhouse with this. But, I think it's normal to just pray that people don't die. And again, if you didn't know I was from Charlotte, the fucking ads will tell you, "Hey, you're in Charlotte Future." Thank you, ads. Thank you for keeping my secret location secret. I'm sure you didn't notice it, but I noticed it. It just pisses me off. But if there's anything, okay, the safe and free nation who needs that land, not getting into that argument at all. But I don't think this is like something worth being angry about. I don't think this is something that someone should be attacked for. I think it's a natural thing. Oh man, some of the stuff you guys are saying. Okay, first off, Mike beats this. I sent comments a message. Don't know if he'll get anytime soon, but I checked this post and I see anything yet. Well, maybe not. I gotta check. Geeks and Gamers came out with a video talking about Bree unfriending Gal Gadot on Twitter because of her comments. And yeah, Gadot's ex-Israeli military, so obviously you know where she's gonna stand. But who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I'm about to do this. I'm gonna check Twitter. Yeah, that is a badass anti-rocket sister. Anyone playing around. Gal Gadot gained 50 pounds, came out as a lesbian, and woke my would cheer nicely. Yeah, because then she'll be body positive. Mike Beats Dix helps me with the pronunciation. Net and Yahoo. Netanyahu. Jesus. Yeah, it's a hard name to pronounce. If Kelly Sue DeConnick was a writer for Dark Angel, she would make Max Guevara 50 pounds heavier and be in a relationship with the original Cindy. Yeah. Quote Metallica is sad but true. And who cares about Brie Larson? You know what? I've never understood Brie Larson's fascinate, like why people love to hate her or like care about her. But I'm checking Twitter. Actually, go incognito as far as the mask because I just don't want to. So just to see if there's anything like, oh, we're not doing it. Does explain? Because sometimes he can be just late because he gets busy with work and stuff. And I think Thursday Night Showdown usually starts 11:30. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let me just check my Twitter, see if I got any messages about a cancellation or anything. No, I do have. What does Pearhead just send me? Oh, he sent me a gas because of the gas thing. He sent me a huge gas can. Uh, I have gas. I'll be good. The rest of the state, I don't know, because I don't got nowhere to go. I ain't got nowhere to go. So I don't see any message telling me to fuck off. But again, he's also bad at giving me a link. I'm just gonna message him and ask him. How about that? How about that? Let me see. So we're asking on air about Thursday Night Throwdown. All right, so I just asked. I asked comics. We'll see. I'll find out. And let you guys know. Let's see. You guys did retweet my tweet. Thank you for retweeting me, man. New Bomb Turk. And I don't want to say dox the person. Cause I don't know if they want to be doxxed. But the other person did it. Oh man, I'm getting bad with linking up regular names and other people in your screen name. So I'm sorry. I want to say it was Darius, but it may not have been. But in any event, let's get on with this. Let's get on with the show. The show must go on. We'll find out about Comics Division show a little later in the show. As far as Gal Gadot, I don't think she should be killed for her the stuff she said. At the end of the day, she just wants to, wants fighting to end. I think that's kind of a normal thing, especially with people who live there. Jesus Christ, here we go. Shout out to DJ Khaled. It's not actual DJ Khaled. It's just a guy named Khaled. So it's not him. It's a joke. Please don't sue me. Gal Gadot literally said neighbors as if her non-existent country is not the colonizer and the people she is talking about, not the actual citizens of the country. Another stated, what an idiot. Wow. No, your country speaking about is, I'm not getting into that. Honestly, I've heard a lot of stuff on both sides that aren't necessarily savory, but I pray for you to shut the fuck up. Oof. Sheesh, called her a colonizer. What's with this colonizer shit? Colonizer. You're a war criminal. Remember that? Jeez, how would you have liked to have been the guys who got to? I'm not trying to say anything. Oh, the stream elements link is not working. What the cluck? That's interesting. Jeez, I'll save my inappropriate joke later. Let's see what's going on with the stream elements thing. That sucks. Actually, I can check my messages. Okay, I just got added. So yeah, there's going to be a show because it said you're always welcome, and so he added me. So that makes me think there is a show. So I think there is going to be a show. But as far as the stream elements, this is a pro-capitalism channel. I don't want to have my damn thing messed up. So I'm just checking it. Oh, what the hell? Uh-oh, you're right. The hell? Okay, let me try slash tip 404. What? Let me check my fucking email. What the fuck happened? I got the Stream Lab, so I guess I'll toss that out. Did I get fucking taken off of fucking Stream Elements? What in the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry to do this live, guys, but that's pretty strange. I don't see anything telling me I got taken down. I don't know what's happening, man. That's bizarre. That's really, really, really bizarre. And I don't know why that's happening. I thank you for letting me know. It's good that you guys are trying to support me. I appreciate it. But yeah, my stream, okay, it just came back. It just came back. If you're still willing to support, you can do the Stream Elements or do the Cash App. Just let me know because there's no notification for the Cash App. I'll go to the Stream Elements just because it does give you that chat notification. That gives me some sort of help in doing this. And you guys don't have to give me anything. You owe me nothing. Your time is more than enough. The fact that you guys like, share, and just interact in the chat is more than enough. But that is pretty strange. Let me actually just check something. I'll look at the Cash App. Most people don't. Tia Martin is the person who told me to set the Cash App. And I don't know if she's ever given me anything. But again, no one owes me anything. Your Stream Elements link is not working. Check it again and see if it works. If you're willing, it looks like it came back up. Yeah, I saw that Bumblebee in the 404 page. That's pretty strange. I hope I'm not getting messed with already. Lindy England is a weird war criminal. I don't know who she is or he is. The story of Israel goes back thousands of years. Most people talking about shit together don't know anything pre-60s about the whole situation. Yeah, that goes around. Could have been their server. It looks like it was their server because it came back. I thought I got targeted. I didn't see. I'm like, oh Lord, what the hell did I do now? But yeah, it looks like it was a server issue. So if you guys are still willing to super chat, just give it another try. No one has to do anything. Nobody owes me anything. You guys just being here is plenty. But give it another try if you're still willing. Let's see more of these tweets that they're talking about. It says, you don't get to pray for better days when you actively support the army committing. Here's my question to all these people. If you're in that city, are you going to be having these same thoughts? If that were your friends or family on either side of this, wouldn't you just want them to be alive and to live through this? Isn't that a natural want? Seriously, F you, seriously. All these goofies who have not been on Earth more than 20 years. Can't even spell. Gal Dot is commuting, which I don't know how you commute genocide, but whatever. Can't even use Palestinian. Instead, you use that neighbor rate. Okay. Of course. Of course. Jesus. Talking about how many Palestinian children did she kill. Holy smokes. Israeli colonizer. All this craziness. Oh, Chicago deep dish. Snipe. I can ship it. Jesus. Wish you was showing this stuff. It says, let everyone know I'm in Charlotte. Fucking asshole. And Glizzard just tipped $5 after getting the technical issue. Let's see if he said anything before going on. Thank you, Glinzer. I appreciate it 1,000,000,000 times over. Back to the dashboard. You guys have given me so much. Congrats on the 50th episode. Thank you all for being here to get me to 50. Well, let's get to another 50. Let's get to 100. Let's get to 100 episode. I want to do 100th episode. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for sticking through the freaking technical issues. Let me see. Yeah, the server had an issue. Hollywood's pro-Israel. Always have been. All gal though there's hope for peace. No, the left doesn't agree with that. They've already started to bomb shit. Yeah, Godot's one fine looking gal. I know that. I was going to say something about her looking at her military service when she was younger. Like, whew. Shout out to the guys who were hitting that back then. Not to judge women in the military at all, but if you heard, you know how to get down. There were some guys that got all up in that, so good for them. Good for them. She's getting attacked on both sides. Sad, really. Yeah, it is. Gal Gadot usually does. Honestly, and I know you think it's her race, man. I think her race in this era, a lot of people get mad at them. They blame them for everything. And it's fucked up. I think that has a lot. You see a lot of this colonizer. You know what I mean? I think that's the reason because if you really notice, remember, she was getting shit for fucking Captain Marvel. They kept giving her shit. They always give her shit. Even the Imagine thing, of all the other celebrities, it was kind of her thing. And it was goofy as fuck. But she was the main one getting shit. They always give her shit. They always give her an extra shovel of shit. So there's something to it. I don't know. Gal Gadot's always getting attacked. Gal Gadot always getting attacked. And I honestly, I'm not trying to play the race card for her, but I see that a lot now. Now that I've been attuned to that, and I'm not the guy to say that, right? I hate the international bankers, but I use the term international for a reason because it's a group. It's not just one group. A lot of people ain't smart enough to that. They believe a half-ass Q theory and they lose their shit. So there's something to this shit that she's always, because this is not the first time she got attacked on both sides. Yes, as everyone knows, I'm Charlotte. Man, the Panthers fans give the Atlanta when Atlanta lost that damn Super Bowl, the Panthers fan kept giving Atlanta fans shit. But you see any Panthers fans telling us they go Falcons? Falcons, come on, bro. The Falcons are a myth. Not to disrespect you, Killy Child. I love you, bro. But yeah, those really boys must be like, sign me up for that military duty now. Yes. Yeah. You want to get a military turnout? Say, yeah, girls like that are in the service. Holy smokes. She's beautiful. Shout out to my man named Certified Whore. That's a dope name. Your music whore. I don't know if this is really his avatar, but thank you for that, bro. Yeah, let's see. It's mainly because she doesn't regularly download the talking points and phrase books that they don't like her. Yeah, that's crazy. Because she's not like super based either. It's not like she's Gina. You know what I'm saying? She's just, you know what I mean? That's pretty wild. And yeah, people don't understand how bad the Ottoman Empire were. They were colonizers too. Yeah, that's an apt comparison. Younger Jessica Alba. Just pretty as all shit. Pretty as all shit. So speaking of the opposite of that, speaking of shit, the main event. We're finally in the main event of this podcast. So I am fascinated. Before I even get into it, I am fascinated. I've 180 to some extent for actually Mike Beast this year. She's really moderate. She's truly moderate. Still probably leftist, but she doesn't say anything to get the hate. She gets a lot more hate. A lot of it, I think, was the Captain Marvel thing. A lot of it, she's just pretty as fuck, and she's skinny. She's skinny, she's pretty, and young. So there's just that, right? And she doesn't, even though she's a feminist icon in Wonder Woman, she doesn't really talk up the feminist talking points. I get that. I think there's something else. That colonizer shit, I think there's something to that, man. But I wanted to talk about somebody who fascinates me. Anita Sarkeesian. I am fascinated by her still existing. I am fascinated by her ability to capture the news. I was fascinated in the last year. Probably covered it on this show. Remember Boobgate, where she plays the victim after receiving pushback from women against disingenuous complaint about the boob armor. She complained about how sexualized this boob armor is. And obviously people said you're a fucking idiot. And then she said, I'm a victim. You know what I mean? But she still stayed relevant. Her ability to stay relevant, well, that's all she's peddling. Jesus, let everybody know where the fuck I am. That's all she's peddling. She's not peddling she's peddling her own relevance. I'm not even sure she's in line with modern feminism because it's gotten even more left than when she started. But Anita Sarkeesian has a way of somehow still existing. Her blog, Feminist Frequency, has been completely replaced by the Mary Sue, right? The Mary Sue provides what Feminist Frequency was supposed to. And that's the pop culture magazine that picks apart everything through the feminist lens. So even in her own space, she's not even as relevant anymore. She doesn't provide anything relevant, yet she still figures a way to stay on. Now, I'm not sure if she spirit cooks with the right people. We talked about the Satanists earlier. I'm not sure if she goes to the right Eyes Wide Shut parties. I'm not sure, but I know she's been able to go to the United Nations. She's been able to be a part of major corporations releasing Sony, and now she's even getting one of the biggest gains of the past year in Devolver Digital's Fall Guys. She's even getting the woke tax for them. That's not the end of the world. They're not giving her millions of dollars, but she's still able to get a woke tax. Devolver Digital pledges to match donations to Feminist Frequency's latest fundraiser. Latest grift, fundraiser. Fuck that joke up. Video game publisher Devolver Digital, whose library includes Fall Guys and Serious Sam and Hotline Miami, which is an underrated game, have agreed to sponsor the latest fundraising effort for Anidia Sarkeesian's Feminist Frequency website, pledging to match up to $15,000 in donations as a part of a joint contribution pool. Oh, women belong in the kitchen. I don't know. That always plays on that thing. Launch on March 3rd and running until May 3rd and running until May 22nd. I'm sure I'm going to do that 3 times. Take Down Toxicity with Feminist Frequency aims to raise a total of $25,000 in order to fund the feminist pop culture site and their self-purported mission and taking down toxicity in gaming culture. Every dollar you donate will give us a chance to keep the games and online harassment hotline open longer each day. Pause. So there's a gaming and online harassment hotline. I was this many days old when I found out that existed. Secondly, if this hotline was so relevant, wouldn't the people who've benefited from using this hotline, which I'm sure they don't exist, because again, I didn't know this existed, wouldn't they keep it, hey, I called this hotline, I was being harassed online, which does happen. Anyone who's an OG Call of Duty player from back in the 2000s knows there's a lot of fucking harassment. There's definitely online harassment. Get good, ho. But let's say you couldn't, for real, people do go through their shit. So maybe somebody, got harassed, somebody took it too far. You're like, man, I need to call somebody about this. I called the game's online harassment. They're a good place. I'm gonna make sure they're funded. That didn't happen. That didn't happen because it doesn't have that relevance. Yet somehow she got 25 racks from Devolver. I'm sure they just say, just take this little money. It's 25 racks to them. Much money they made Fall Guys. They'll forget they spent that, right? But definitely means something to her grifting ass. It adds in, it will mean something to me if I got it. And we'll be able to reach many more people and have them critically engage with the media they love. Sure you will. The games and online harassment hotline launched by Sarkeesian in 2019 describes itself as a free message. Oh, it's a text base. So it's not a hotline, it's a text line. You can only text people. And they're open. Look at this shit. Wait a second. Okay, if you're not watching this, look at the screen. This hotline is only open 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday, USA only. Some of this shit, if I wasn't reading this shit myself, I wouldn't believe it. This hotline is only available 15 hours a fucking week. How is this this is why I'm fascinated by her. This is why I'm fascinated by her. This is it's almost like, how can you not be impressed by the level of grift Anita Sarkeesian is willing to go through? Wow. 15 hours a week, 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Most people game on the weekends. And you can only get a text. You can't talk to anybody. So you're telling me to listen? I get Devolver Digital. Listen, okay. Just leave us alone. Don't cancel us. Here's 25 grand for your stupid, for you to get your nails done and have some text bot work for 3 hours a day. Just leave us the fuck alone. I'm not mad at them. You know what I mean? When the mob comes, you just pay. You pay up. You pay up. I'm sure the wrath that would have gotten on them would have been, beyond what we would think. They would have probably brought up Hotline Miami, which is not going to be the most PC of games. They would have talked about how, they have a history of racism and sexism. They don't have to go through that. Here's 25 grand. Shut the fuck up. Cheaper than the lawyers. But it's used for a hotline. A hotline. Something where people need emotional support. It is only text-based, which is bad enough. But it is only available 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, U.S. only. What? How can this possibly help somebody? It's 4 to 7 p.m. Pacific. So if you get off of work, and let's say you're in average California, maybe you get off work 5:30, especially Southern California, go through the 2+ hours of traffic. By the time you get home, it's too late to use this hotline. This hotline can't even provide any service to the few snowflakes that would use it. This is an obvious fucking grift. The whole purpose for this hotline to exist is so she can get people to donate to it. You can use a text bot to accomplish what she has to accomplish. Maybe she has someone man the text bot every now and again to manually text things. I'm in the wrong fucking business. Not just doing this, but in my real life. I need to come up with a bullshit grift ass charity. That's what I need to do. The Citizens for Masked People of Color. I'll have a fucking tech support bot. It's available between the hours of midnight and 2 a.m. every third Tuesday. And you too can support all the discriminated against people of color who are masked. So it's just me and Phoenix Jones. That's it. But it doesn't matter. Anyone else. They killed MF Doom. Probably the same people she spirit cooks with. That's neither here nor there. That's crazy. That's fascinating. That's fascinating. That's off the page. That's where I'm broken. I'm broken. All right, I gotta move on. Holy shit. I can't believe that. Okay. Donations will allegedly be put towards the upkeep, expansion, and improvement of the hotline, building a training program for leaders in the gaming industry designed to help them understand, intervene, and prevent gender-based harm in their studios, companies, and communities. The only gender-based harm going on with Anita Sarkeesian are the alleged, this is alleged, everything I say is alleged, the screws that she puts to people to keep getting money out of them. And look at her doing the classic white girl get two uglier girls around me thing. You're not slick, Anita, Carolyn. Not gonna say anything. And Ebony, I don't know what's going on with her eyes. Like if Ebony didn't look so mean, she probably wouldn't be. But she just has that mean pear shape, and the eyes just like is the soul there. And Anita's just like, haha, you're never going to stop me. She's a listen, as a super villain, Anita Sarkeesian, you got to admit, she's a motherfucker, man. You thought Captain Blight was a motherfucker. You ain't seen shit. Anita Sarkeesian, man, she's a spectacular super villain, man. I fucks with Anita Sarkeesian, man. I gotta say, I fucks with Anita Sarkeesian after this. Anybody with the capability to grift major corporation after major corporation and deliver so little that she's not even relevant in her own space. Again, the Mary Sue have replaced Feminist Frequency. And to be able to get 25 racks out of one of the biggest game developers for a hotline that only operates 15 hours a week, how do I not respect that? How do I not respect that? This is what makes people turn to supervillains. Now I'm trying to figure out how to do the same shit. I don't even know how to finish this story, man. That's crazy. That's great. Oh, man. Sheesh. Okay, let me. I guess I'll try. I'll just wrap it up what we have. In the service of raising these fun feminist frequencies, what is she talking about? Anything? Funds will continue to fill your airwaves with pop culture news, political chatter, feminist media criticism through our podcasts, videos, live streaming, article. I don't know if she knows this. There are plenty of companies, even leftist companies. Again, the Mary Sue exists, who fund their shit by delivering a product, something she doesn't know anything about. We talked about LeVar Burton, his Kickstarter issues. She has some Kickstarter issues of herself, of her own. Again, doing two ugly women or one ugly woman in Carolyn to make sure she looks more attractive. And yes, she did, because clearly she's because let's be honest. You know why society's falling? Because there's a lot of men on the chat. A lot of us will still smash Anita Sarkeesian. That's why society is the way it is. That's what after everything has been done, a lot of us still would, and that's what's wrong with us. That's why they have the power they do. Out of this writing, the campaign, she can't even get the 15 grand. She only got 7,200 from 89 supporters. She can't even raise the money for them to match. They only got a week. Maybe they'll get the rest of it. What do they need? 25? I think it's up to 25, right? Let me just make sure. She only got 7,200. That's as of this writing. This was written yesterday. Okay. Got 10 days. No, 15. They'll get to 15. That was 25. They'll get to 15. They'll get right there. So less money. Came up 15 grand for Fall Guys. That's like 10 minutes of selling skins. That's nothing. Oh man, let's see what you guys said. There was a lot to unpack here. And I want to, the fucking that hotline, man. Let's go me screen. Before we were talking about Gal Gadot, it's bullshit. She's being attacked by the left and right. Yeah, it's mainly because she doesn't regularly do download attacks. Oh, we did talk about this. Really moderate. Okay, Anita Sarkeesian. I think that's the name on her birth certificate. I cannot confirm or deny. Oh, talking about this. In this instance, the Israelites migrating in Palestine over the course of many years started to push the borders in their favor. So her colonizer point is that her background is Israeli. No, I understand that. I'm more referring to the idea of like that term being used. And like, you're right about that, because I do understand ownership of the land, ownership what they deem a whole city. That's why they don't follow specific religion. I do get some of that, because I'm not, even though I do believe in Christ, I'm not going to get into other beliefs relative to that. My whole thing is like, I don't know. The colonizer is a new term. And yeah, I'm sick of both of the right and left attacking Gal. Could you imagine what it would be like if there was no Anita Sarkeesian, Zoe Quinn, and Kelly Sue DeConnick? You know what? Another group of feminists would just come up to take their place. And Quifa, you say Antifa, I'm going at Quifa Sarkeesian. We call NBA trash talk harassment. It's part of the game for sports, video games, cars, well, NBA trash talk. They call everything harassment. They'll call technical foul for farting. I'm almost not joking. Yeah, I want that job. 3-hour days, no weekends. Yeah, I'm impressed by the laziness. I am impressed. She don't need no man, because she can grift off of way more people than one guy. If she was just some thought grifting off of one guy, she wouldn't make as much money. That's probably 14 and a half hours of work more than politicians. I agree with that, Glenn. They don't do shit but rip us off. How's that hotline going to provide a listening ear where it's text message only? Good call. Good call, Darius. They don't think that. They don't think like that. Probably more 114 and a half hours more than politicians work in some sort of negative zone. Yeah, politicians don't do shit. Fuck all politicians. Don't worship any of them. They all suck. Yeah, wonderful. Well, what a wonderful world would be. I think other people would Take their chance. Anita is worth a good ram jam in front of back doors. I let her decide, but she could take a hike when it comes to film. See, again, we smash. That's the problem. That's how she gets in. Okay, link is up. Live at 45. Yeah. Now it's only 40 by the time I read that. So cool. People who have time to game 3 hours a day care about harassment. Sure. Yeah, exactly. 3 hours a day. What a grift. Absolutely. I care about 2 colors, green and pink. Okay, I know where Mike beats dicks. Well, he'll have to beat his dicks a lot less if he gets a lot more green. He'll get a lot more pink. Look at that pit. You can see Anita smelling her own farts. She could do it for the hub. The Ginger Ninja. Hell, Ginger Ninja. And Indie Comics Jones has a great name. Great name. More like Miss Andrew Mayhem. Yeah. Instead of what was it called? Misogynist Mayhem. Misogyny Mayhem, yeah. Where she had it looks Ghostbusters pre-2016. Hell, Wes Mooney is out of YouTube jail again. Yes, he's freed from the trap. We talked about him on one of the first 2 Vigilante Williamson casual episodes, also on the channel. You should check those out. A little more casual version of this podcast. But yeah, we talked about they had my man Wes Moody locked into justice, but he's out. He's free, and I appreciate it. And going back to this picture, man, we're not going to misgender this individual. We're going to let you guys decide for yourself about New Bomb's Turk question. Or you make the decision on Carolyn. And Ebony, I got to wonder if Ebony's a part of the MK Ultra program with the way that stare looks. I think she's handling it. I talked about Tim Tebow having handlers. I think she's a super villain, man. Nita Sarkeesian scared me. She one of the few people you walk in the room like, oh, shit. Because, like, man, some people fuck with magic, man. That shit's real. I joked about the spirit cooking thing, but I mean, Hell, Nerdporial. Hell, yeah, it's ma'am, Glenzer says, talking about, Carolyn. Hell, Nerdporial. I know you were on the member stream with Gary. Cool. That's how I started. So, you'll be me in a week or 2 because you grow a lot faster. More like a lukewarm line. Yeah, instead of a hotline. Anita's like poison ivy. Everything she touches, it dies. Yeah. Hell, Drew JD too. People say hi to my man Drew. And a lot of people are saying hi to each other. Yeah, she don't need no man until something needs fixing, protecting, or make good decisions. Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is she's able to grift from so many people because I'm sure she probably has some simp. Because again, I would smash. Knowing everything I know, knowing all the evil she's wrought. And that's what's wrong with Sark. Actually, I know I gotta get to the point where I wouldn't. We gotta get better. We just gotta get better. That's why this is where the MGTOWs have a point. We just gotta get better. Because too many on earth, knowing everything there is to know about this woman, will still smash her. And I'm one of them. And that's not good. So is probably Neil Druckmann, allegedly. Anita, whose influence ruined The Last of Us. Druckmann is a moron, and Naughty Dog has lost his credibility. She could ruin. That's what I mean. Look how impactful this woman is. Like, who does this? She has scalps. She has as many scalps as J.J. Abrams, and she didn't even make Lost. At least J.J. Abrams made Lost. Say what you will, but that was a phenomenon for like 5 to 8 years, however long it ran. Even if it ended up like bullshit. It was a big show. At least J.J. Abrams has generated income. She's like this black hole of death. She's one of the most powerful supervillains going right now. And I gotta respect her. And maybe that is Chris Jericho. Thought he was in AEW. Fuck AEW, by the way. I will be fighting them. Once I get the P.O. box situated. That, I mean, almost looks like, you know who wrestler almost does look like? It's if you guys know, what's my man's name in WWE, stoner gimmick. He used to wrestle at UFC. He's fight for UFC. Bro, I cannot think of this fucker's name. Matt Riddle. Matt fucking Riddle. She looks like Matt Riddle. Carolyn. It's not Chris Jericho, Matt Riddle. Yeah, is she 4 foot tall? No, not Dolph Ziggler. Matt Riddle was the guy I'm talking about. No, Dolph Ziggler's in much better shape. She got that Matt Riddle shoulder thing. You know, Matt Riddle's in pretty good shape. You almost look like a Von Erich. If I gave Anita a good ram down, she would shut up about SJW talking points and concentrate, make me a sandwich. Some people say it to me every day. Oh, don't get me wrong. There's nothing Anita Sarkeesian wants more to get her brains fucked out and make somebody a sandwich. Allegedly, some people say, as Jen said. Some people may say. Allege. Some people may allege that there's all this feminism shit. She wants to get her brains fucked out and make a man a sandwich more than any woman on earth. More than any woman on earth. That's what she wants. That's what they really want. Allegedly. All right. This has been a great show. We gotta get to the wrapping up. This is just a Boo Armor article. We gotta talk about something positive. We always want to end with something positive. I wonder if this guy's story is going to be told, right? If they do it, I'm sure they'll make some evil white character to do it. But obviously, this is actually a really fucking cool story. No bullshit. Homeless chess champion is now a chess master at 10 years old. Tani Adumawai has gone from being a 7-year-old living in a homeless shelter to a national chess master. And he's actually, in his 10 years of life, already contributed more to society than Anita Sarkeesian. You're not going to hear about this story, which is crazy. You know, I talk about the positive stories. This should be kind of like you would think if they really cared about young black men and put people in STEM and intelligence and all this other stuff with black people and brown people, that this shit will be like an international thing. There's a fucking 10-year-old chess champion. Holy shit. And you know what I mean? Just the fact that he's a 10-year-old chess champion, regardless of race, is a big enough story. So you would think they would just push it. Didn't happen. All right. Tani Awande's family fled Nigeria in 2017 when their lives were threatened and eventually settled in New York. Family was given temporary housing in a homeless shelter located above the hotel. Tani and his brother enrolled in a nearby public school that had an active chess club, and Tani wanted to join. When his mother told the coaches they were living in a shelter and couldn't pay the $330 fee they waived, that's fucked up that you got to pay a fee to enter a chess club in school. What the fuck is our money going through for these schools and you got to pay a goddamn fee just to do a damn chess club? I know they're paying for sports too. The money just goes to these grifting ass administration. That's where all our money goes, to administration and union dues for these evil ass teacher unions. But that's neither here nor there. This kid made the most of it. He made headlines when he won the New York State Chess Championship at 8 years old after a year of practicing. So this is a God-given gift, apparently. It's like the most, and I don't know. I know everybody doesn't believe, and I know, religion, but like sometimes where you believe it's the Most High, the scriptures, like I believe, or whatever you want to say, the universe, whatever. It just puts people in the right place. And so for this kid to just be a year practicing and to be able to win a state championship is impressive. Chess coach set up a GoFundMe following the boys' win, which got his family into an apartment and out of a homeless shelter. Wow, raised $250,000 in 10 days. An anonymous donor offered to pay their rent for an apartment for 1 year, which in New York is incredibly expensive. This month, as a 5th grader, Tani cruised through an in-person tournament in Connecticut, open to advanced players of all ages, and won each game. He emerged with a chess rating at 223, making him a national chess master. He says, I want to be the youngest grandmaster. I want to have it when I'm 11 or 12. So he wants it. He's like, sheesh, that's a hard thing. Sergey Karjakin, it's the youngest person ever to become a grandmaster. He achieved that honor at 12 years old. Little tangent editors know, if this kid is able to achieve it, please don't like fake it for him, because that would fuck it up. That would take away from something that's pretty impressive. Many are comparing Tani to Beth Harmon from the popular Netflix series The Queen's Gambit. I did not watch that, and he said I definitely did see myself in it. But The Queen's Gambit, isn't it about a woman? How can he see himself as a woman if he's a young black man? It's almost as if people could see themselves in the things they relate to, regardless of whether or not they have the exact same background the main character. That's neither here nor there. All shit aside, this is a fucking incredible story. This kid and his family was homeless at one point, and his chess skill really was able to fund everything at 7 to 10 years old. He did more than a lot of us will accomplish. This is incredible. This is like something to end on a good note. We talk about Anita Sarkeesian and her indomitable grift, but there are people who are, doing incredible things. And you know what? I could go a lot of places with this. I criticized my man earlier, Clay Travis, for being too politically angled. I'm going to take that criticism to heart, not be a hypocrite, and just leave it as is, not take away from the greatness of Tanya Dumoulin. This is an incredible story. I'm probably going to clip this because I don't clip enough of the positive stories. I don't clip enough of the stories in general. It's incredible that this kid knew chess for a year and was able to to win tournaments, and within 3 or 4 years is now aiming to be a grandmaster, already a national chess master. That's incredible. Good for this kid. I wish him the best. It's a cool story. So let's see what you all have to say before ending the podcast. Hell yes, I was looking away. I knew you would have won from that comment. We love you, man. Yes, we love you. Precisely, VW. He will lead us to the Anita Ram Jam gig. A lot of people have Ram Jammed old Anita. Dressed pretty well, better than I for being homeless. I think this is after homelessness. I think this is after they got the money. So I know because that story. I think this story is after they got the $250,000 from the GoFundMe, because he's dressed really nice. Usually, chess club is not directly sponsored by the school system. There's probably $335 for Travis Fee chess sets for them to use. I see. That still is not like it should be sponsored by the school system. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I hold the wokesters like chess was a racist game. Can't celebrate that story. Maybe. Yeah, well, white does go first. But that, firstly, I've heard, don't they, like, if you're playing a series, you'll switch between white and black for that reason. Secondly, if you made black go first, you would say, because I think there's more of an advantage in going second. So then you would say, oh, you're giving a disadvantage in it. There's no way to win. There's no way to win with that. No way to win. Yeah, he needs to beat a grandmaster to become one. So to beat a man, you have to beat the man. I like that. That's cool. I didn't know that about chess. Shout out to Ric Flair. Use the Ric Flair mentality. To beat a man, you have to beat the man. He has to challenge the man. I don't know who he can challenge. But yeah, all right, man. So, all right. I think that's pretty much it. We got, you know what? We got a little time, so I don't have to run right into the Thursday Night Throwdown. So I'm going to hit the music and thank everybody as I end these episodes. So we've made it. Oh, let me turn it down. Pretty low. There we go. Nice talking. Nice compliment. I need to just preset that. Going forward, hopefully I remember to. But I would like to thank people. Yeah, my school hockey team wasn't sponsored by the school. Had to fundraise like crazy to be able to compete. I know my era is when that started, where you saw a lot of sports, a lot of extracurricular. Like when I was in high school, that's when they started to unsupport things. Like through my high school years, like it started. A lot of that stuff was supported. By the end, a lot more fundraising and shit. It's really messed up. Really messed up. Charlotte Flair in that Walking Tall show. I hope it's not a woke dumpster fire. I didn't know they were doing a Walking Tall show. Shout out to Charlotte. She's from Charlotte, and obviously, as the fucking ads have let you know, I'm in Charlotte. So shout out to Glenzer. Shout out to New Bomb Turk, Jens Peter. I know Fenrir the Ice Wolf was here earlier. Indie Comics Jones, which is a great name. Who else? Darius Moonchild. I gotta forget Darius. Our benefactor, our silent benefactor, Ogre Squasher with an insane super chat. Keely Child, fuck Congress, I agree. The Nerdporial Life Form, an up and growing channel. West Moody's Webcast, a channel that keeps getting suppressed by the man, but it should have like 1 trillion subs. Will one day, hopefully. Who else was here? A lot of people were here. A lot of people showed up. I really appreciate the turnout. I appreciate everybody being here. Drew, JD2, I appreciate you. I know my man Slasher McSplitter was also here for a little bit. The Ginger Ninja was here. Gomer Kyle. How can I forget about Gomer Kyle? Mike Beats Dicks. I love that name. He's here. He probably will join us, a lot of you guys, with Thursday Night Throwdown in about 20 or so minutes. Let's see if I get anybody else that I left out. I apologize if I do. Once we get to the top. Alrighty. If I miss you, I apologize. You know what I mean? Please blame my head, not my heart. Let me Legacy. Catch mostly everyone for Comic Stream. If not, see you all later. Yeah. Working and lurking. Mark D with a C was also here. So I appreciate everybody was here. If I missed you, blame my head, not my heart. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. Even if you've done none of these things, thank you for watching. I believe I got when Glizzard tipped me 5 for congrats on the 50th episode. And not only did he give me a tip, Vigilante Williamson, aka Darius Williamson, who I hope I got in my ending credits, also tipped $2, of course. The benevolent benefactor, the unknown, mysterious funder of the whole Vigilante Williamson channel, Ogre Squashel 101 with another grand $101.21. His second 100 plus chat and donation. You feel free to chat or donate to either the super chats while I'm not here if you would like, or in our cash app. I appreciate everyone who likes and shares. I appreciate everybody who comes out to this. We made it through 50 episodes. We're going to do at least 50 more. We got to get to 100, right? This channel has grown so much in the 50 episodes I've done. And I want to thank everybody for being a part of it. Everybody who's helped me grow. Please catch me. I'll be on, obviously, Matt's show I usually make on Fridays. I'm going to be on Comics Division in 20 minutes or so. And next Wednesday on Fireball Productions channel, we will have the Culture Crime Fighters featuring Chrissy Mayer. So please join that and sub over there if you haven't, and check that out. It'll be fun. That's it. Everybody have a good night. Peace. I love you all.